Yo, yo, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the vlog. Today is a high day and I'm also training push with Oscar, or some of you might know him as OP. So, also have a podcast with Loz from NBW, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, I thought it's been a while since I've been on the vlog and actually like fully documented everything. So especially a full day of eating. So today will kind of be full day of eating plus a bit of clips of training with Oscar. Yeah, come on me. Sick. So meal one is 100 grams of pineapple, 3 eggs, 4 bacon medallions, 2 bagels, and 100 grams of veg. Pretty standard breakfast. Probably my favorite breakfast. It's been my staple for like the last year now. Bacon medallions and eggs are in year round, whether I'm in diet, even all the way down to prep, whatever. Just fucking love it. And it's great. And it tastes nice. And that's the thing, it's like making sure that you're having foods that actually taste nice, you enjoy, and not just kind of like forcing foods for the sake of it. You're not actually enjoying it. Look at this glorious sun. So gorgeous. Looks lovely, doesn't it? I can't even see it. Hold on. No, it doesn't even focus. Oh well. Sucks to be you. But yeah, scran this, do some work, catch you for meal 2 before my pod with Loz. Peace. Yo, so meal 2. This is probably one of my favorite meals back from when I was in prep. Cooking some beef right now. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite meals. So it's simple, it's easy, it's effective, but it's probably one of the best as a result. The rice is in the microwave. So see, normally my meal 2 and meal 3 would be pre-gym meal and post-workout, but because I'm not training until 3 with OP, it's been pushed back. So I'll have meal 4 now, then I'll have pre-workout meal before, after, doesn't matter really. So it's 175 grams of mince. I'm literally just cooking all the mince now, so it's done. I should probably stir it, to be fair. I'm just cooking all the mince now, so it's done, so I don't have to worry about it. I need to cook chicken, but I'll do that after my podcast of Loz. I'll do that first, and then I'll do the chicken afterwards. So yeah, pretty simple. Beef, mixed veg, 65 grams of white rice, and then 15 grams of nut butter. A lot of people have said that they find it strange that I put peanut butter with beef, but I genuinely think it's probably one of the nicest things that you can have. Also, fresh trim. Woo, looking sharp. So yeah, whip this up and then I'll see you once it's made. I thought while I'm waiting for my food to be done, I thought I'd show you. I don't think I've shown anyone like the background, the behind the scenes of my room. So obviously this is my room. As you can see, there's a curtain here, and this curtain is what I pull across, and then that separates my bedroom from my desk area. And then I'll set up the camera here, so the camera will go like so. And then it will just like pop up there. And then this is the little setup. This is Tav's setup. I love it. I love it. I love the little curtain as well because it really separates everything. Just makes it all fit into one. So it's just nice. It's just nice. But I mean, eventually, the aim is obviously to move out. So when I move out, I want my own like desk area, I want my own kind of like. Ideally, I want it to be separate to my bedroom, and that's just simply because like I don't mind it, and by having this curtain, it does allow me to separate the room from. It allows me to separate the room from just general, like I almost have like a workspace separation between in my bedroom, but it's not ideal. Do you know what I mean? Like waking up, getting up out of bed, and then sitting down next to your bed isn't like the best environment when it comes to productivity and mindset and focus. And I think having that separation of being in a separate room to where you sleep and unwind is probably a really good way to make sure you're staying on top of things and focused. Do you know what I mean? I can still get the job done. Everything's thriving at the moment. Everything's doing really, really well. Podcast just hit. I think we're at 1,150 total streams, which is sick. Most recent ones being Full Bore or FBS, previously known as Full Bore Sports, now FPS with the redesign and rebrand. And then you have Trinity, who was yesterday. And then on Friday, probably when this video comes out, so it'll be today, I had Jay, so Jay Davies. He's a lovely, lovely guy, very, very sick. Love him to bits. And what we spoke about and the things that we chatted about was just, yeah, so good. So good. But yeah, meal two's nearly ready, and then we'll get on with it. I don't know why this doesn't ever do this right. Never actually weighs out my salt properly. I need to bloody invest in a micro scales, because for some reason when I do it with my fingers, I think it's because I apply pressure and then I take the pressure away. But for some reason it doesn't like it. And it never actually tracks how much salt, but I typically know roughly how much I need. Jesus. God, see. A little bit sloppy, but it's fine. Sloppy rice. Not my favourite. To be fair, I could have put it in for another few minutes, but can't be asked. Gotta eat. Boys gotta eat. And there you go. Et voila. So, that is meal 2. Done and dusted. Eat this, and then I'll jump on the pod with Loz. And I will see you guys afterwards for meal 3. Yeah, it was good. So, en route now to
Falcon Fitness in Frome, training with Mr. OP. Very, very excited. We're going to do a nice little push sesh. It's actually perfectly in time for me on a high day, so hopefully we'll have a pretty nasty pump. So I am very, very excited nevertheless. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do meal 3. I meant to record it, but I was in such a rush making it because I was gonna make, so I thought I had plenty of time. So I was gonna make a chicken and rice meal, which is what my pre-meal was supposed to be. And then I started making the chicken, and I forgot that the chicken takes like 20-25 minutes to cook. So it just took forever. And then I started putting it into Waze, and realized that I didn't have as much time as I thought I did. So then I had to switch it for the rice pudding meal, which is meant to be my post-workout. Well, I basically did a chicken and rice meal as if it was rice pudding and protein. It was 100 grams of rice pudding, dry, 45 grams of whey, made into a whey paste, 100 grams of pineapple, and then three little squares of a dark chocolate, which is 10 grams. It's pretty much 10 grams on the dot of dark chocolate. So pretty nice meal, to be fair, like pretty lovely. Can't really complain too badly. But yeah, very, very fucking excited for this. Yesterday trained Paul with CJ Flex Films. That was really good. My back is still sore from that. And I like doing this when I come off of a deload and then I train with people, because what that allows me to do is I reset my training intensity over the duration of the deload, and then once the deload is done, I then train with people who train with really high intensity, so that it resets what I perceive as high intensity. And a lot of the time, this just allows me to not let my standards slip. It allows me to really focus on how hard I'm pushing myself in sessions, and if I'm really training to the intensity that I want to grow. But yeah, very, very excited nevertheless. This morning I booked in, yesterday night, I booked in my bloods for Friday the 13th. So it's kind of perfect actually, because Friday the 13th, I get my bloods done, and then on the 14th, I'm away snowboarding for a week. I'm gonna try and do some vlogs for that, I think. I'm gonna take this anyway. I'm gonna film some bits. Whether or not it creates a vlog, I don't know. But yeah, it'll be pretty exciting. It's the first time I've used my own board, which is pretty cool, because I got that after the last time that we went skiing. So very excited for that. First time I get to use my own gear. I've boarded on it a couple times in the indoor slope, and it's just so buttery. I love it. It's so nice. So excited to see what kind of tricks we can come up with and what things we can do. Is that a bird, or is that a kite, or is that a plane? It's a seagull. Is it a plane? I think. What is that? Or is that a blimp? I think it might be a blimp, because it's just stuck in one. It's just in one position, so I can't imagine it's a plane because it's not moving. Anyway, bit of a tangent. But yeah, get my bloods done on the Friday. Then I'm away for a week where I can just relax, really chill, not necessarily think about anything. Like cut ends on the Friday. Get a week to just relax. Like when I'm away, I'm not gonna go overkill with food, mainly because I don't want to be paying for shit tons of food all the time. So it's literally gonna be what I need. I'm gonna be relaxed with dinners. I'm just gonna enjoy myself and have a nice week where I just don't think about anything. Allow my stress and my cortisol to really come down as much as possible. And then when we come back, that's when we start gear, well, start test. So within this, I'm going to be pretty open with what I'm taking. Obviously, I probably won't necessarily say dosages and stuff like that. I will be on kind of like the minimum you can be, just because like I don't really like as much as a fine line between being open with what you're taking and then other people then copying it to think to make the progress that you've made, even though they might not make the same progress. So it's nothing interesting. I'm literally just starting on baseline test for a whole cycle. So, but yeah, it's very, very exciting, very fun. Looking forward to it. That's where the real growth and the real progression starts. And basically, in my opinion, when my bodybuilding journey is really going to start. Like, of course, I say I'm a competitive bodybuilder and I say that I am a bodybuilder at the moment, but do I fully consider myself one? Not really. And I think after we start, that's when I'll finally be at that point where I can actually consider myself one and be happy with considering myself it. So yeah, that's basically it. We'll drive to Frome and then I will speak to you there. Hopefully I'm going to vlog as much as I can, maybe just some exercises, maybe just some laughter and some bits and bobs, but yeah, good fun nevertheless. So speak to you in Frome.
Yeah, what a fucking sick lift that was. Fucking crazy, honestly. Yeah, wild. Love training with OP. Man, it was so good, so good. Then, then afterwards, got to watch Aaron Aesthetics do a round. He's looking absolutely insane at the moment. So, yeah, just a wild experience. Falcon, shout out Falcon Fitness, like, man, so good, so good. The equipment there is just top notch. Atmosphere is insane. Everything is just so good, man. I can't. I'm just saying so good because that's what it was, honestly. Yeah, touch speechless towards the end. Like being able to sit in the posing room, watching Aaron do his rounds. Crazy. Bit surreal, to be fair. And seeing that makes me want to get to that position so much more. So much more. Like seeing the position he's in, yeah, just makes me really want to chase that size and chase that look. Crazy. Whew. Yeah, little bit speechless, I'll be honest. Touch speechless. But yeah, didn't end up filming at all on here, simply because like at the moment I don't have a tripod that I can attach the GoPro to. I have to kind of like finicky put it in mine, and then I have it like facing the wrong way, and then I can't actually see the screen. Yeah, it's just a long process trying to do it on that. So I got a couple clips of different exercises on the phone just for a carousel for Instagram, but nothing major. I might put a few overlays on here while I'm talking, just so you can kind of see the sets that I was doing, and I have that going on in the background. I'll probably do that while I'm talking. So, but yeah, surreal. Did a few different variations of press. Did a lovely pec fly, which is plate loaded. Was really nice. If you know what it is, it's the Atlantis pec fly, but plate loaded. Very nice piece of equipment. I think the only change I'd make
is, for me, I think my arms are a little bit longer than the average who uses that machine, or for what that machine was built for. So I felt like I couldn't quite get my elbow in as much as I wanted. So I think that took a slight bit away from the squeeze that I could get, because towards the top I was more crabbing instead of like compressing my elbows together and really squeezing my chest. But yeah, phenomenal lift, honestly. Love training with OP. Really, really good. He's such a humble guy, such a lovely guy. So glad that I stepped on stage with him. We've got some good memories from photos on that. And I can't wait for the years to come and hopefully step on stage with him again. But you're gonna see him a lot more. Like, we're gonna catch more lifts for sure. I might go up to the trap house and train with him there, and I think he's probably might come down to Full Motion, train with me there. But like, my main aim this year is just expose myself as much as I can to as many bodybuilders that I look up to and bigger bodybuilders than myself, and just constantly find that extra intensity, that higher intensity, and just keep driving that. But oh yeah, wild. Safe to say I'm buzzed up to the max, like phenomenal. So excited. But yeah, it just makes me really excited for the next part of my journey. Really makes me really excited for the next part of my journey, and to see where I can be in the next year or two. Like, even just thinking about where I can be come prep, come stage next year, 2027. Yeah, wild. But yeah, so I'll do a little debrief on here, and then obviously I'm only at meal. I know this is a full day of eating kind of thing, so it's kind of a good thing that I didn't get loads of training clips. Otherwise you'll be sitting here for ages watching training videos when it's a full day of eating. So keep it slightly separate. I'll go home. I've made some chicken, so I'll probably have a chicken and rice meal as meal number 4, and then meal number 5 will be chicken and potato. I probably will actually make it with potato. I usually don't, purely because of ease for work when I'm in the diet. When I'm not, so obviously I'm on a high day today, so I want to kind of stick to it to the T for Kyle to make sure I'm getting exactly what I need to out of this high day. Because if I'm messing around with things a little bit too much, or like even the difference between switching the potato for rice, it might have a slightly different effect to how Kyle wants the physique. So we'll stick to that, we'll do that. But yeah, I think I'm a little bit mentally fatigued from the training session, just a tiny bit. So I'm kind of trying to articulate my words in the way that I want to, while being slightly mentally fatigued and physically fatigued. So yeah, overall, fantastic session. I'll probably smack on some posing, the posing while I'm talking here on the side as well, purely because at the end, Opie and I did some posing together. So that was phenomenal. Yeah, I just love him, man. He's so nice. He's so good, so humble, so down to earth. And we're both on such a similar wavelength, honestly, in terms of the way we view training. Like, throughout the whole session, we were thinking of exercises, and he'll be like, oh, what are you thinking about next exercise? And I'll be like, and in my head, I'll be like, say for example, tricep. In my head, I was kind of like thinking like single arm, and so I'd be like, a single arm, and then he'd be like cuff, which I was thinking, and I went, yeah, overhead, and he was like, yeah, and we were literally on the same wavelength the whole time. And then we were also talking, and I don't even know his name, but there was a guy that was around us on a lot of our equipment, and it was just so miserable, man, so miserable. Like, he had his headphones on, and obviously it's a decently compact gym. Like, there is walkways, but the walkways are relatively thin. So a lot, and the way the machines are always kind of in facing to the walkway. So obviously our cameras are kind of in the walkway a little bit, and you can see he was just getting frustrated, but it was just so weird. Like, he'll do one set and then he'll walk all the way to some other piece, some other place, and then he'll come all the way back, and then he'll do a set, and then he'll walk again, and they're like he was getting frustrated for no reason. He's just looked so miserable, and he's probably a lovely guy if you talk to him, but he just seemed so miserable. And we were both on the same wavelength to the point where neither of us ever want to be like that. Like, even when we're big, even like, say for example, but like we get pro cards or whatever, like, even if loads of people look up to us and we're this big name regardless, at no point do either of us want to be that person who's just miserable and people can't approach. Like, I want to be one of the biggest, but one of the nicest, and anyone could just talk to me. But yeah, Aaron's going to jump on the podcast, so that's pretty cool to have him on there. Lovely guy, so down to earth, and I'm glad that I had a chat with him, like, in there, just in a relaxed setting, because I know that we'll just vibe really well on the pod. So, but yeah, don't think there's much more for me to say, to be fair. Got an hour drive back, and then meal number 4, and then meal number 5 will probably be about 8 o'clock, I want to say, maybe 7:30. And then yeah, that'll be the wrap up for full day of eating. So I'll probably keep the next 2 sections relatively short, just so the video isn't super long. But yeah, I'll catch you for meal number 4.
So meal number, I said 2, I meant meal number 4. 100 grams, or was 100 grams of berries, 100 grams of rice, 175 grams of chicken, and then a bit of peronaise and some salt. Right, final meal of the day going down. So we've got 300 grams of potato, 175 grams of chicken, 7 grams of olive oil, and then 100 grams of pineapple with a bit of peri sauce. So that wraps up today's full day of eating. Hopefully if you have enjoyed, and hopefully I didn't waffle too much when I was in the car, and you actually enjoyed listening and hearing my kind of thought process and my feelings behind what I do and how blessed I feel. And yeah, the position I'm in is one that I never thought I'd be in, and it continues to improve day after day. And I'm just so unbelievably grateful for everything that I get the opportunity to do. And you'll see in the coming days what is in store for me in the future. So again, if you've made it this far, thank you very much. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and comment if you have any questions for me, or if you enjoyed any specific part of the video. Anyway, speak to you guys soon. See you in the next video. Peace out.